So what's the business of being a celebrity chef? Like what's the business behind it? I know you can have a restaurant, you
Yeah.
can do catering, you can write a book, but from your pathway that you're on right now,
Right.
building a business, like what's your pathway that you followed so far?
So I like to say I'm creative, but I'm very entrepreneurial at the same time. Like I love them. Back then you were either just a creative or you were just an entrepreneur. And I feel like for me and for most entrepreneurs, or some, I guess, and you guys may understand that, but I'm creative and I'm very entrepreneurial. So kind of building a celebrity brand for me, or celebrity chef brand, it's kind of owning the ecosystem completely. So it started with, you do private events, launching the Supper Club in November. So that's one avenue. And then that's obviously the cookware line. That's another. I want you to get into your kitchen and have everything Lorna. So whether you're chopping, that's a Lorna product, or a cutting board, that's a Lorna product. A little spice that you're using, it's a Lorna product. And so for me, I kind of look at it holistically like that. And, as, my brand continues to grow in the US, it's, hopefully that all those ecosystems will kind of be filtered in, and then obviously everybody wants a good TV show, which I'm already doing in South Africa. I just let it manifest within this country.
So you want a TV show?
Yeah, TV shows,
Here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already doing like stuff with like Beat Bobby Flay and Chopped and all these other things, and, cooking segments on the Today Show, but you want to own your own stuff. And I think, even when I got back from New York, one of the things was like, okay, how do I start owning my own stuff? So Lorna's Pantry was through my production house, and we produced it, we packaged it, and we sold it to SABC, but I think more than anything, I think it's just about building a sustainable brand that would live long beyond me being alive. But yeah, I think it's really just owning the different ecosystems when it comes to the culinary arts.
What I mean, obviously successful in South Africa. The U.S. obviously makes a lot of sense. Were there other parts of the world that you said, okay, before I go to the U.S. or maybe other countries in Africa, like, hey, let's spread the brand here? Or it was, hey, once we become big here and we've established some of the things we want, we're going back to the U.S. Was that always the mindset?
It was always just America.
Okay.
I think I dabbled within the UK for a little while because the pound is nice, but then,
Sure.
but it's always been America for me. Maybe for somebody else it might be something else.
Yeah.
And I guess I've been carving at this journey slowly, and you start seeing like a few things that start happening, and you're like, oh, okay, maybe the sacrifice is starting to pay off somewhat, because it's a sacrifice from your family. And everyone's like, so you don't have a single family member in the US? I'm like, no, I don't. It's literally just me, myself, and I just carving this.
You are the team.
That part.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, even
I don't have a cousin. I don't have
really.
no one.
That's pretty impressive.
I don't know. It's stupid. It's stupid and crazy.
It could be all those things can be true. So how are you navigating? Right. Obviously you were part of InvestFest.
Yeah.
How are you finding out about these events? How are you finding about openings for restaurants? Like,
Right.
you're navigating this all by yourself?
Yeah. I think for me, one of the things that my friends always say, Lorna's ambition knows no boundaries. Like, I will ask, until you tell me to leave you alone or stop irritating you. But I don't have the fear to ask a question, or ask for not so much, I guess, help, or I don't mind putting myself out there, because I have nothing to lose, right? You could either be like, no, we don't want her for InvestFest, it's cool, she's not really our vibe, or yeah, it sounds like something cool, we could feature her, and then you go out and you deliver your best and you do over and above what you are required to do, right? And then you hopefully get back and the check is a little bigger, this trustworthiness, because one of the things that I'd learned, I guess, from New York as opposed to South Africa. In South Africa, like, there are people I can call, like, to get stuff done, like, real quick. Here, like, every email's like, hi, by way of introduction, my name is Chef Lorna, every email. But that's how you build a brand, that's how you start, and and I'm still navigating, but I think I'm on the right path.
Let's talk about the Supper Club.
Yeah. So I'm very, very excited about the supper club. It's called Ekaya Dining. Ekaya means home. And for me, that's what I want food to feel like, that you're coming to my home and we're having great conversation. Maybe we'll do another one next year, when you guys do Invest Fest. No pressure, because now it's live.
No pressure.
And I love intimate food spaces. I want you to pass the dish to the next person, have a conversation about it. I want you to go, oh, this reminds me of my auntie's collard greens, but she's just added a little cream, it's a little different. And so the whole concept of Ekaya is bringing people around a table and wanting them to feel like they're in my home.
It's a restaurant.
It's a supper club.
What is a supper club?
A supper club is just, I guess, a cooler way of saying you're running like a pop-up experience. Or a restaurant that feels like home, like a little intimate, more what's the word? Not every day. So it's something that you becomes, what's the English word? Like you want to go to, like I think if you had Invest Fest every single weekend, it would lose its
luster.
So when,
yeah.
So all right. So when it opens, how long is it going to be open for?
So basically when it opens, you go, the supper club is open for these dates. Book out these dates, and then I also think like you still have a life because because restaurants are tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, as I'm building my brand in the city, well, in Atlanta, it just made sense to start with the supper club, build up the brand, build up the name, and also that kind of like, oh my gosh, it's coming back. We had such a great time, we want to go back, as opposed to it's open constantly and it's just a machine, which I guess for some people works well, but for me, that's not what I